In this video, we're going to show you how to get the gold in the Mastery Challenge at St. Guthlac's Point. Subscribe to Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In particular, we're going to be doing the Trial of the Wolf, which is the archery challenge. And so for this challenge, we're going to be using the Mark of Death ability, and we need to do simultaneous kills with the Mark of Death ability, which shoots a volley of arrows of everyone in range. Unfortunately, it doesn't do very much damage to each person, so we're actually going to have to get them like very close to death. And so that's kind of what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be trying to get these guys like super close to death. But first, before we kill them, we're going to do hit their weak points. So we want to scan them, see if they have a yellow weak point, and hit that weak point before we even think about killing them, because we have to hit every weak point almost. So you can punch them. Don't get too overzealous punching them, but I like punching them once in a while. You don't do very much damage. I think this is a tiny bow, a light bow, so it just does nicely, not very much damage, and occasionally throws a smoke bomb, which should make it easier for you to hit their weak points. So this one that I'm hitting right now, it's needed to take out some. Now what's tricky is this is like the practice. These are the two easiest guys, but what's tricky is when they come through the gate, you want to make sure that one doesn't block the other. So you'll see that the red target on both of them, but sometimes coming through that gate, they'll block each other. But you want to have it, if you're doing the gold medal, you want to be perfect for these first two. This section's a little harder. In theory, you kind of have a good area that you're just taking them out from a distance, and here I'm just going after the weak points. I got the first weak point, but and then the second. Just keep in mind that the light bow is gonna have an arc if you're far away. Because it is a light bow, it's not a predator or hunter bow, and so we got 3 weak points. It's good to count. There's 4 guys down here. I find it's just it's really hard to do much from that post, and you can actually take a lot of damage because they can focus their fire pretty easily. So it's better to run around. This is the running around, I think, is where having a higher level character just makes a difference, because I've noticed that my evasion, when I go back to really old saves, the evasion that I have on this character, which is top level with 300 or 400 mastery points, is pretty good. So I'm taking out their health by punching them and occasionally hitting them. I don't want to go to the next section and bring on more people. And this guy needs, so before I do the volley with the ability, the Mark of Death ability, I want to make sure that they're all down to just one more hit, and that's kind of hard to do. It's kind of a balancing act between do we want to get them a little bit lower health, or risk that they're gonna die before we do the simultaneous kills. And our ability is our only way to do the simultaneous kills. Now you should be able to see on their red bars, and that's kind of what I'm checking there, to see how many of them would die with the next shot. And look at that. So I made an error right there, and this is a gold medal run, so that shows you can miss at least once. I think I'll have one more miss. So there we got all 3. I think you want to also be careful to not hit the throw weapon. Though occasionally you'll find weapons down below, and you never want to do that. Never. Because this challenge is more about keeping them alive until you want them dead than anything else. So killing them is like the worst thing you can do, right? So we're going to get this guy's weak point. We want to kill them when we want to kill them, after we've hit every weak point, after we can do a simultaneous kill with the Mark of Death volley of arrows. Alright. And the shields are real problems here. So you want to break every guy's shield that you can. So this guy right here, we still haven't got his weak point. I'm going to use the... Yeah, we got his weak point now, and now we can start taking out damage. Make sure you don't do a headshot while they're kneeled down there. I don't know how I knew that. Yeah, I've killed them while they're kneeling down. You can hit them, just don't hit them in the head. And then we're just gonna punch them around. You can. The nice thing here, you can drag them out this whole area, and you can drag them back to the previous spot. So that's why you don't want to open up this area. Then you just have too many guys to deal with. But so it looks like they're pretty close to death, except for the dude with the shield. So we want to take out health from the guy from the shield. We'll just punch him, which is nice and effective. It takes off a little bit more damage than the arrows, and it also is not too deadly. So we need to take a little bit more. So that was good. We got all three with the ability, the Mark of Death. And then there should be some more dudes down here. So I don't see any. It seems like maybe we had initially 3. I thought there was typically 4 in this region. So 3, 3, and 1. We have 7 kills so far. These are the guys with the daggers. They're a little fast. So we'll use... Here's the yeoman. So we took out at least his weak point. And boy, we're going to have to work to take out his health, because he's got that big nice shield that doesn't let anything in. And so with the yeoman, when you do the Mark of Death, you have to do it at a time where you get behind his shield. Say he's turned around or he just did something. But at this point, we want to make sure all these guys' weak points are out, and we've only got 2 of the 3 so far. Oh, 4. Here's a 4th guy. And the yeoman can do a lot of... Look, I just right there, and I just miss. But I'm going to get it. Okay. I think you can miss a couple weak points in this. But not many. And, you know, the dagger dudes have like 2 weak points, which is a real pain. And they're really small. There we go. Oh, thought we had it. He got us on the swipe there. And here comes the yeoman. Yeah, he's good for the swipe. Oh, we just hit him. That's not a bad idea. He's got a lot of health, so we don't have to save his health for the weak point. None of these guys are really close to death. The good thing is that they have kind of a lot of hit points. I'm pretty sure that all the settings do not work. So if you put this on ultra hard, or you put this on the easiest difficulty like Saga, it's not going to work. I changed from Vikinger to Saga for the bear challenge, to make the bear challenge easier, because you have to kill them quickly. For this challenge, that would not be helpful. You want them to have a good amount of hit points, because you don't want to take them out while you take out their weak points. So you just want to toy with them, so it's better if they have a little bit more health. Okay, so we got this smoke bomb, and maybe he's going to stand still so he can get his weak point finally. Okay, so that guy's pretty low. It doesn't seem like the... Oh, and see, this never happened to me before, but and I never realized this until this run, that that part where the dagger dudes are up the stairs connects all the way to where these sword guys are. And so I'd never had the case where that So I was kind of desperate there. I had not planned to do that, but luckily 2 out of the 4 had low enough health that it was enough to take them out. But I was surprised by the fact that the dagger dudes had come around the corner. They'd never done that before for me. And it won't be until the very end that I figure out that their chamber was connected. I just thought that was a glitch. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you got to deal with the glitches. Or the bugs. You got to deal with the bugs with Assassin's Creed Valhalla's mastery challenges, or you're not going to finish them. So far we've made the best of a bad situation. We got a simultaneous kill just before then. We're just trying to get the dagger dudes a little bit lower health and get their weak points. Okay, looks like we threw a smoke bomb. We got a weak point there. We're just trying to take off his health a little bit. He doesn't have enough health for a simultaneous kill. That guy took off a little bit more. Not quite enough. These guys have way too much health. But it's really hard to punch the dagger guys because they're too fast. So you just have to use your bow. Take off a little, and then yeah, those smoke bombs should be very helpful to take off some health. I think there's nobody with a weak point at this point. Yeah, we want to avoid headshots. Okay. Looks like we stunned him there, so maybe he did have a weak point. Yeah, he's pretty close. That guy's pretty close. You know, you just don't know until you do the mark of death. Okay, so we're just waiting for 2 guys to come through. It does not seem like we're going to kill them, though. So this guy has too much health, I think, for a mark of death. So we could take like one more shot. Okay, so I'm just trying to get all 3 in there, I guess, but I don't know if the mark of death is going to work. But instead we threw a smoke bomb. I think we need to take off a little bit more health, but so yeah, so see, I did the mark of death there and only 1 died. So you could have 2 fails. So at this point I'm like, oh man. So we took off a little bit more of this guy's health. He's going to come back up in a second. Oh, see, the fail. That was a 3rd that we did not do a simul. So that was 3 failures there of the simultaneous kills. We've already hit all the weak points. Can't do a mark of death here. And now we actually don't. We can't do the. There we go. We got the adrenaline bar. Try to flank. We just don't have the angle to do the mark of death. Oh, and we've lost our adrenaline bar. So, yeah, I'm trying to do it, but I don't have the adrenaline. And now I'm like, uh-oh, I'm in big trouble, right? And this is where I'm going to discover the passage, because I have to look around to find some magic mushrooms. So usually you don't have a problem with mushrooms here, but I did this time. So that's the exit. We don't want to do that. But you go up these stairs, and I thought that was a dead end, but no. So just running around, we got adrenaline there. But there's also some mushrooms. And they found me. And there's 3, and we got all 3 with the mark of death. So that was it. That was the gold medal run. 1,000 points. So you can miss 2 or 3, I think. But I think you have to hit all the weak points, more or less. So I think each one of these guys is worth 35 points. So you have to take out 14 to get full points, and maybe there's 16 or 17 of them. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let me know your favorite part of the mastery challenges. What are you struggling on? What's your favorite part of Valhalla? What would you like to see in terms of the expansions? Are you going to play NG Plus if it ever comes out? Are you going to play the Ostara Festival too? Did you play the Wrath of the Druids, Siege of Paris, and the Dawn of Ragnarok? Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe. Bye.